So I'm joined here by Team Antic Esports, formerly Greater Zenith, formerly Zenith, soon to be greatest Zenith. How was your travel down from the other side of the world, from down under?
It's a bit long. So we had a layover in China, and it's an 11-hour flight either side of that. So it's little tiring.
I mentioned this earlier that a lot of people, they know you guys by name, they know you guys by your characters, they know you sometimes by your lanes. But this may be the first time some of them actually see you guys in person. So should we do a quick round of introductions from everyone? From yourself first, and we'll go around.
Hi, I'm Anon or Anonymous. I play Central Arena. I used to play top lane back in the Lucario OTP days. But yeah.
Okay, I am Robbie. I used to be Jeb or Jeb for Dream. I've recently changed my name. I'm having a fresh start, but I have always and will always be a tank player.
I'm Sulu. I used to be a central player, but I actually swapped with Anon. He was too much better than me. So I was like, I'll play top lane now. And yeah, I play top lane for our team.
Yeah. Okay. I'm challenge person. I'm playing attacker because it's the easiest role, so works well for me. And yeah, that's true. Now I'm trying to do one.
I'm Liz. I play support for Antic Esports, and I was previously a tank player for my previous team.
It's a pretty tanky team.
Yeah.
Awesome. So obviously you've travelled into London. When did you guys actually arrive?
22nd.
Yeah, 22nd of March we came.
Yeah.
But you've been here for a good while then.
We are acclimatized to the situation.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about food.
I mean,
Where do we start?
It's a little traumatic. I don't know.
So honestly, it was like kind of mid. We realized that the Google reviews are like very, I guess, inflated. Like you could see 4.5 star, but it's like just like okay. But yesterday we had a pretty bad experience at like what was it? Was the like
American
rating?
style.
Well, the rating was like pretty high. It was like
It had like a 4.7 or something.
Yeah, but
People were going there for their birthdays. I don't know.
we didn't try their dessert.
An American diner.
American Diner was, I think the number one thing I can remember outside of his experience is there was a Venom holding an American flag at the top with a train track going over it. And
Where
to
was
me-
this?
Sheffield.
I don't want to name the
Yeah,
place,
Sheffield.
You're
but,
bootcamping Sheffield,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, God.
It's just,
Yes, let him say.
I mean, it's not. It would be fair to compare it to like sand, the sort of how dry it was. The
And
food.
that's something will be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had some sauces, but I don't know if it would make it less dry, but the taste might get worse if you added them. So I'm not sure about it.
I understand.
Yeah,
I get
they
that.
were a little suspicious. Some of them.
Well, it's as a local, as someone that's from London as well, like it's easier for me to tell you that don't listen to what's on Google. We know what good food places are. And it's like, you wouldn't expect it, but some underrated places are amazing. They do some really, really nice food, but it's very, very difficult if you're coming from another country to know this.
Yes.
Unless you have someone on the inside to kind of, point you to the right directions. Liz, how have you found your stay in the UK?
I think it's fine. It's very cold, and I don't really like the cold, and it's rainy as well, and that's something I don't like either, especially as someone who wears glasses. So it's been fine, but just
It fogs up.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
cold, and the rain drops.
Yeah, me too. I don't like this weather, and I was born and raised here.
Because
so
we came from summer. It was like summer
You should
in
come
Australia.
to Australia.
Yeah.
You'd love it.
I've got a friend from Australia. He's from Melbourne. I used to teach with him, so I was working in the Middle East, in Qatar especially during the World Cup. I was there in 2022.
Oh, exciting.
So the weather is just amazing.
Yes.
You can imagine. And so obviously he came and taught in Qatar as well. He's from Australia. So every time we have summer holidays, he's like, I'm packing for the winter. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, yep, it's cold where I'm going back. And he goes, I can't wait to come back here. But yeah, I'm with you on that, weather-wise as well. Is there any places you still plan to visit while you're in the UK?
We haven't really been thinking about it too much. We're pretty focused on the tournament, and then after that, we'll kind of organize what we're doing on the days we have after.
How did you guys come together as a team? Just for the viewers, obviously, I've got a whole breakdown from Kelosaurus, but
I
for
think
the
I'm gonna
viewers-
have to credit this to Sulu. This guy right here.
So I would say that this team started like basically last year. Anon and I had a poor showing where we felt like we probably should have done better, but we didn't. And for whatever reason, we thought, okay, well, like, look, maybe we want to see what we can do with other people. And we were throwing around names, and he wasn't even sure he was going to play. So I kept telling him, hey, look, I just need you. You're really good. You can be so amazing. We're just going to get you to the world stage, and we can do it. Like, just trust me. We'll find out what happens. And we threw out some names. And this one, Robbie's name came up. I went and I had a talk with Robbie. We already were seeing some options. And after our talk, I was like, wow, this guy, he's actually got everything you need to be a world-class player.
was that online or in person?
Yeah, online.
Online.
We had like
A little bit
3 hour
in person
call.
as well. Ooh,
Yeah,
maybe a
there's-
little bit.
There's a little bit of courting, you know. I took these two out for dinner before they went. Well, it was a brunch, right? Before they went over for Japan, and I told them like, you know, do well. You're really strong players, and
Of course, he
We
waited.
don't want to talk about what
He
happened
waited
in
his
Japan.
turn, of course. He
and
let
then
us do our business
We
first.
met them
yeah.
in Japan as well, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Planting the seeds.
So then that happened, and in the meanwhile, Challenge was off making his own team, and Liz had an unfortunate situation, LDR, and it came up that she wasn't going to be able to be on that team anymore, and Anon was good friends with Liz and alerted us. Oh, she's a good, strong player. We had some talks with her, and for the time that she was a sub, and we were like seeing how everything was going to work because Challenge came with his friend, Asian
The best
NoCap.
player in OCE.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, unable to compete due to personal issues. Yeah.
Yeah, so they joined with us.
Yep.
And then we had our victory with Asian. And then he goes and he can't play anymore due to personal issues. Very unfortunate. And then so Liz is there the whole time. And we were really relying on her. She hadn't been playing, you weren't playing so much. And she just took on a whole new role, the whole thing. And just completely turn around what we're doing. So we just ended up with the team here. I'd say we went onto the UK shores as 10 times less the team we are right now. We feel like we're here, and we're not here just to play for a win or a win there. We can win if the games are right. We can win. I think that we proved that to ourselves, so we're really happy, and that's how our team is formed in Antic Esports.
I think something that Anon said earlier before the podcast was that, and it gives me the feeling that you guys are growing, and there is more to be seen, whether it's this year, next year. It's a growth, and you guys are on a journey. When I'm speaking to different teams, sometimes based on their own experiences, it's the case that this might be their last tournament, or they're at a different stage of the growth itself. How do you guys see yourself with that? You guys are obviously planning to go to Worlds in Hawaii, and that'll be quite interesting, quite fun. I imagine very colourful. But how do you kind of see the growth in your team for the kind of future?
I think we're pretty keen to keep improving. I think it's hard to have a good reputation in OCE, in Oceania, but we really believe in ourselves, and I think we want to prove ourselves and give ourselves the opportunity. So there's maybe some doubts inside of the team, but I think for the most part we're very enthusiastic to try to keep improving and see what we can do.
Absolutely. And your name obviously changed from Greater Zenith Anon to being signed with Antic Esports. What was the process here?
I guess we always knew that we wanted to try to get signed, picked up by an org basically, and I guess Antic, we heard about them, they're involved in League and other esports, and yeah, they just both parties got a mutual benefit from having each other, so they got a mutual benefit from us being signed to them, so we just went with it.
Is it that because there's a lot buzzing around Twitter I think today, or is it from yesterday? Where when I look at it, is it that organizations they just have a vacant spot, or they haven't looked at Pokemon Unite yet and they need to fill it in, or is it that they're purposely not looking at Pokemon Unite? What do you think, Sulu?
I actually saw this. I have a very hot take with this. I feel like this game is on, like, I'd say the most exposed moment it will ever have. Either this year will completely catapult it into level of fame of other esports that we have around the world, or it will probably mean that, I mean, it'll just remain at the current levels, stagnate, and potentially just fall off eventually. This is largely because the way the developers handled the game, the updates are infrequent, and sometimes, like, you know, we have no idea when the game's going to get updated. And when it does get updated, they don't often touch on the key problems of the game. We've seen like that aspect of the game, but the competitive side of the game is 100% different. And so it's like jarring. You go from being as I would say, like, the viewer experience is so hard. You watch this amazing game unfold of 5 tactical minds against 5 tactical minds, of mechanics and every aspect of the game being used to its fullest to exploit the other team's weaknesses, from the draft and into the game. And even after the game, I'd say, like, you know, you can do little emotes to them in the lobby and stuff. I mean, that's just part of the, I'd say, the warrior part of the game. But then you go and you play the game yourself, and it's like half these features aren't available to you. Characters in the game that are banned in the tournaments are allowed, and they're like overwhelmingly powerful. I mean, everyone knows Mewtwo from Pokemon, and Mewtwo in this game is like, we have a Mewtwo specialist here who would love to explain like how bad it is.
I mean, essentially, if you had for a few months, it would be, I think, if you had the better Mewtwo and the right support for it, you could beat basically the best players regardless of what they were doing.
Just climbing into top 50 easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was rank 10 in the world.
I got top 10 with it, and it's like, also, I think when you have a smaller player base, or in the region, it's a bit harder to climb.
You're just constantly matching against people that you know, right?
Yeah. Or just
Well, no, because it's impossible to match because you're too high. So you have to play on other teams' ping normally.
Yeah.
But Mewtwo Y was interesting.
It was enough.
It's
to
strong
make that
enough and low
disadvantage.
skill enough that you can crush even great players from other regions without being good.
It was like so simple.
Just holding A.
And I was like, that wasn't even like the only release. There was also like Zacian and like the
Yes,
Rhydon recently.
but despite all this, we still see like loads of potential in the game.
I mean,
we,
yeah, that's
yeah,
what
we
the
still-
others
we still
like.
hope for the
Especially
best.
with the draft and ranked, and there's a bit of an honor system now where in draft games you're not even bothering to ban some of the stronger mons.
Yeah,
You just say, okay, if they're not getting banned, they're not getting played at all. And for the most part, that's pretty healthy, I think.
That's pretty good.
It'd be great if they were in a balanced state, but at least people are kind of just tired of playing with them.
And obviously the mechanics, as much as some of the changes don't always go the way that the players want it to go to, there is some really interesting, quirky changes, especially recently we've seen with the draft bans, and that's changed as well. Liz, how does that kind of help or work with when competitive gaming when you have 4 bans now instead of just 1 on each side?
We have to be, I guess, in a way, initially we had more freedom to choose what we wanted to ban, because now we had an extra ban. But now I think it's harder because of the meta. Certain Pokemon need to be banned, but it also affects how we come up with team comps depending on which side we are on for each game. And for our team, I think like many teams, you have a preferred side to be on. Yes.
Awesome. On the note of bans then, Anon, what would you say would be your top 3 bans that you know what? If we don't get them, nobody gets them.
Oh, no, this is pretty simple. Buzzwole, Leafeon, and like okay, the third one can be a little bit flex. Maybe like an Umbreon or a Crustle.
You guys have got exactly the same as Nemesis.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Oh,
then,
interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
This is again on like the balancing point. Buzzwole and Leafeon have been like a tier above basically everything else for like at least like 2 or 3 months now, and it's like this is like what we mean like the game developers being a bit like I guess like inconsistent with the updates. Like they do updates. They've released like about 3 updates, but like Buzzwole, which has been like basically top of the meta ever since like Worlds last year, which is like in August. They have like barely touched it, and it's like
They buffed it.
It's a bully.
Yeah, muscle band buffs.
and like Leafeon actually got buffed, but yeah, like that, yeah, like this is why, like, especially when you're second pick, you don't want like the first team to really have like a really strong bond like that, because like basically every team will have like a Buzzword Leafeon player, so most teams will just like ban them because they're just disgustingly OP.
They said Crustle as well as their third.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's a rising defender, right? It's doing a lot. Who plays Crustle here?
I am the Crustle enjoyer. Yes.
Which moveset do you prefer? I assume it's the new Rock Tomb.
Yes, I'm most commonly a Rock Tomb and X Scissor user, and it's the other part of the meta is the EVs. There are 5 different EVs in the game, including Leafeon, and also we mentioned Umbreon. All 5 of them are very, very strong, and Crustle has nice matchups against these EVs.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Surulu. If you were to try and avoid a team, if you could avoid any team in the early rounds, which team would you want to avoid? Not to go up against anytime soon. Definitely not tomorrow.
Definitely for free. I mean, we can't play them, which we're grateful for, but we have lots of love for our European friends.
Yeah.
They're amazing at the game, and I'd like to say, like, we're very grateful that they allowed us to scrim them and practice with them, because we haven't been this good since our team was made. We're only this good now because we got to come to Europe so much earlier. Shout out to Prac Rooms for being able to actually accommodate us, put us in a high-end facility, because we were learning from scratch. It's like trying to build a house. We were there, and we're like there with the timber planks, trying to put them in the ground. And
Foundations.
yeah, the enemy teams, they have cannons on their house. They have lasers, nuclear weapons. They're wiping us out. The first day, I streamed some of the games, and people are just coming into the chat after they demolish us. Welcome to EU. I mean, we got that 3, 4, 5 times, 1,000 point. It couldn't move. They were loving it. Of course, that changed quickly. We went and looked at it, and we started building our house and nuclear proof it a bit. Build like a little bit of a roof for a solar top. We don't get laser beamed anymore. It's a lot better now, and we improved thanks to them. But yeah, just.
I think one of your tweets was something about a training camp or a boot camp. So that's what you've been secretly working on here.
We've been doing a big boot camp. It was like 12 days.
Something like that.
From Team for free, then who would you say is the one to watch?
Oh, I mean, I'm biased because I was very grateful to make his acquaintance last year at Worlds, but Zervis is I wouldn't say he's all of the team, but he encapsulates a lot of what they do.
Yeah.
He is a tactical mastermind in this game. He's a former StarCraft professional.
Yeah.
Someone who's clicking that many buttons and used to thinking about so many actions. He's very, very aware of what people are doing at all times of the game. And he can shut down entire teams by himself if you let him.
He does kind of give me that mature presence in that team.
Oh, you'll see. You'll see when.
Anon, let's flip it then. Which one of the teams would you enjoy going up against? Which one do you have a big rivalry with?
Big rivalry, man. Do we actually have like big rivalry with anyone?
Ooh, you maybe
honestly.
Do you want to play against LG maybe?
It'd probably be LG, I think. But it's not like a. I guess it's just like rivalry. It's like from like admiration kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like Overlord. Like Overlord and like just basically the entire team. I've just like always wanted to play against them, and just see how it do. Like I think that will give me like the biggest.
Which is like the benchmark for you guys to push forward from.
Yeah, like there's a lot of teams that can be benchmark, but for me personally, just like I guess like since the beginning of Unite, right? Like I've just like always just have seen like how they play and everything, and we now finally have a chance to possibly go against them, and I would love to play against them and hopefully beat them. But like they'll just, I guess for me it'll just give me like a good like a good way to see where I am compared to like like the 2-time world champions.
Two times world MVP as well.
So when it comes to these kind of tournaments, then how do you guys actually prepare? Like we're literally talking about a tournament starting from tomorrow. Like what is I know we spoke about it in terms of your boot camp, and you've got, you've had several days in terms of actual preparation in that sense. But when you're looking at, all right, well, tomorrow we've got this team that we might go up against, what is the kind of thought process behind preparing for a team?
Yeah, so for the most part, you don't really want to start off looking at a specific team. You kind of look more generally at like you trust all your teammates to have like a good read on what's strong in their specific role, and you mix and match those things together, see how it plays out in different games, and start to get a better feel for what works well together, what counters what in the meta, and then from there you're kind of formulating what team comps you really want to try and look to get, and what you need to ban to have those results, and to kind of force the other team to go into something that works well into what you like, or does poorly into what you like, I guess. And then you can, then once you can kind of start to look at the specific team you're playing against, and maybe they don't play some of those characters that you're more afraid of, and maybe you don't have to ban it. You can push them a bit further in different directions based on what they like.
So you kind of manipulate the draft a little bit to kind of
figure out what you want, and then try and see if there's a good way to
that makes perfect
push
sense.
them in that direction.
Yeah. Robbie, if you are in a high pressure situation, you've had the recent finals where you guys actually did quite well in the finals. How do you deal with high pressure situations?
The high pressure situations, I think the most important part is just keeping a level head and just trying to keep the team ready for the rocking boat. Here we go with the analogies again, but like lots of things can happen, right? So you just need to believe in each other till the end. If someone wants to do something, you have to encourage them. Only afterwards can you have doubts. Can you maybe have hindsight, but you need to save all of that for after, and just go for what you believe in at the time.
Together.
Yeah.
Awesome. Liz, when did you actually start with esports? Like, how did you get into it? The reason why I'm asking is because as a company, INGAGE is very much focused on esports with an insight into careers. So we want to kind of encourage the next generation of people to see this as actually as a serious industry. You guys have the gaming perspective, but there is so many other roles within esports that people are benefiting from, whether that's managing or coaching or organizing or engineering or whatever it is within esports. But how did you get into kind of esports as an industry, as a career, and kind of where do you see yourself in the next few years?
Well, it started off as a hobby for myself, because I began as a Pokemon fan, still am. So when I saw this on the App Store, I was very interested, because I was like, I'm going to give this a fair go, because I just want to see what it's going to be like. This is a different style of game that I'm not used to myself. This is my first MOBA experience, but it's Pokemon, so I was like, I'm going to try it. So I pre-ordered the game. It downloaded the day it was released on the App Store. I gave it a go, and I played Charizard, which is a well-known, I think, Pokemon. That's what I started off with, because I wasn't interested in supporting people, random players in ranked. So I guess I started off on a carry role. But then once I got introduced to community and my previous team, I realized that I think I'm better on a supporting role. So then I started off as defender, and then because it was my first time in the esports industry and being part of a team, I had to learn my role and learn how everyone else played on the team. So it was really a journey of growth again from my previous team. And I think once we learned a lot about ourselves as players and our roles, we were able to merge together very well. And I think our synergy was really well. So that's how we were able to win regionals last year. And I think that was a motivating factor for myself to continue learning that role, defender. That was before I left my previous team. So when I was able to become sub for Greater Zenith, especially as support, which is something I obviously didn't have experience in, I was still interested in learning more about it, because I think learning and knowing multiple roles is very important, even with a team, because I guess a part of me is still a defender player, and I still tank some of the things to help Robbie a little bit, but now I can also heal. So there's that. But
it's a bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
We're a good team. Defender players are the best.
Yeah, so now I also defend a little bit, but now I support Robbie a lot, so he doesn't die.
I'm a defender main as well, so I'm part of the team here. That makes sense. So would you say that Pokemon Unite was the first competitive game that you're
Yes.
involved in? All right. And in terms of, this is open to anyone here right now. So as a career, can you guys envision yourselves in something after you finish Pokemon Unite that is still within the realm of esports? May not be gaming, could be something else, or would you look at a different kind of professional career altogether?
As a trade for me, I actually have I'm 1 unit away from completing a degree in information technology.
Nice.
And so for me, it's like I've always wanted to make a game. I love games for forever, so I probably will make one. I actually have a rough idea of what I'm gonna do, but that's probably like a dream hobby of mine. Otherwise, I'll probably do something within the information technology career. I mean, I really love podcasts and stuff. My girlfriend actually works exactly into this.
Nice.
She organizes these things and sets them up, and actually is now running her own studio in Australia. So for her, I mean, I watch her and I'm like, wow, this is really cool, and I would love to do something like this. And so when the opportunity arises for us to connect here, it's I was like, guys, this is a no-brainer. This is a really cool thing. So speaking about esports and connecting people, that's just amazing.
Yeah. And we did mention this earlier anyway, the scene and Pokemon Unite specifically, there isn't a in-person podcast that's happened. So it's a great opportunity for me to know that all of you guys are coming to my hometown, so I can arrange all of this, and it works and helps both sides really well as well. And I was actually messaging Antic Esport earlier, and I was like, do they want me to do anything for you guys, in terms of content? And they were like, no, just let them have fun. I was like, all right, fine.
They're so sweet.
We're going to move on to a Pokemon Unite quiz.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's bad.
Now, I'm going to tell you that some of these questions, they come in 3 stages. Okay? You have the basic questions. They are difficult. The basic questions are difficult.
The basic ones are difficult?
Yeah. Then we have advanced, and then we have technical.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you heard of this website UniteDB?
Of course.
Okay.
Where do you think I got these questions from?
Okay, we're finished. We're finished.
I mean, who's the main kind of data person in this team?
Yeah.
Challenged.
All right. You play a very mean Inteleon.
Hopefully, yeah.
So there will be some questions that will come up from that. All right, let's start with the basic questions then. Okay. So these basic questions, I will ask it to an individual person, and then as we develop, I'll let you guys help each other out.
Okay.
Okay. It is very, very basic. Okay. We're going to go with the easy ones. Okay. Anon. During the first year of Pokemon Unite, during winter, which Pokemon spawned at the 2-minute mark as the boss in place of Zapdos?
Articuno.
Articuno is correct. Well done. See, I said it was easy. It's pretty easy, right? Okay, now the hard ones. I'm just kidding. We'll go with Liz. What was the first dark type Pokemon to be playable in the game? The first dark type Pokemon.
Absol?
Absol is correct.
Yes. Okay.
Good pick. You were racking your head thinking what it could be, right?
I had to think really hard.
What did he say?
He thought Hooper.
We thought Hooper.
Right.
Oh no. Good thing you asked Liz.
I was thinking of Urshifu, but I was like, that's not the first one. Is Urshifu at that time?
It is.
Yeah.
Robbie, I'm going to come to you for a little more difficult question here.
A little more. I don't know.
It's not as difficult as the question I'm going to give to Challenge.
Yeah.
That's not good.
How many playable water type Pokemon are there?
Oh.
You see, this is a trick question because there is a non-water type that uses Surf. So I'm gonna have to think about this for a sec.
We'll go with the ones that have the typing of water. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll ask you who the non-water type Surf Pokemon is.
I think it's 7. Oh,
Wait,
did I miss one?
Is this counting evolution lines or individual evolution?
No. Just individual, including the evolution, just playable character.
Rapid Strike, maybe.
Oh, I get what you're saying. There is that kind of Urshifu I didn't even count because of the dual typing of Dark and so. Do you want to change your answer or do you want to stick to that?
Change my answer.
Do the mobs count from catching mode?
No.
I forgot Slowbro maybe.
Yeah,
No.
that would.
I mean, I'm not saying 7 is wrong, by the way. I might be just tricking you out with that.
I don't know. Okay, I'll do 8. 8. Final answer. Punch it in.
8 is correct. 8 is correct.
Oh, you're gonna be the only one to get one wrong.
Oh, I'm actually gonna get it. No, don't worry. I'm gonna get it wrong. 100%.
I mean, and if you guys want to, as a team, do you want to name the 8?
Oh no, I don't
There's
remember.
only 8.
You know why I forgot Slowbro? Because it's pink.
Helps.
Okay, Blastoise, Slowbro, Inteleon, Blue Shifu, Greninja. Oh, I forgot about Greninja. Oh, that was the one that's bringing about. Okay, Greninja.
Lapras?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about a few more than Greninja. Okay, so Lapras,
Cramorant.
Cramorant,
That's a good one.
Bizarre, or Surfmon.
Gyarados.
Okay,
Gyarados.
Okay, I forgot. Like,
There's one more all-rounder.
All right.
oh, Azumarill.
Azumarill.
Oh,
Yeah. We
so-
counted Urshifu as the 9th, so that's, we'll
Played
save
so
it.
much. How'd we forget?
Yeah, that's right.
Challenge then. How many attackers are there in the game? You play attacker, so this should be right up your alley.
Okay. I don't play like half of them.
To be honest, there's too many.
Yeah, way too many.
I think I've actually counted before, but I forgot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there more than 2 rows on DB?
Oh, I
There
counted
might
the
be.
in-game rows. Is it rows of 5 in the game?
I don't
Or
remember.
like 6 maybe. I think it's rows of 6.
I'm the worst at the number part of it. I think it's Rosa. So you're gonna feast on me.
Maybe I'll say 18 attackers.
Not bad.
Is it?
No.
Uh,
I think it's 20. I think it might be like 20.
Liz, higher or lower?
oh, is it rows
I
of
think-
10 on DB?
Surely it can't be that much. I'm gonna say lower.
You want to say lower, Sulu?
It's higher for sure.
Higher. It is higher.
20.
Is it 22 then?
It is 19.
19.
Oh,
what?
Oh, I was so close.
19.
Where
Yeah.
did it create
Why
4?
so many attackers?
17.
Oh.
Not bad. Not bad.
That was before.
Sulu then. Can you name me all the playable steel type Pokemon?
Wait, there are playable
There's
steel
not
types.
as many.
I don't know. Okay. Let me think. Let me think really hard.
A few moments later.
I don't even know.
You better get this right. Sulu.
Okay, scissor, does that count?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
we got 1 there.
Nice.
Oh my god.
6.5 hours later.
I know there's another steel type for sure.
Are we stuck on one?
Yeah,
I like.
I can tell you for sure there's at least one other.
There's
There's a
recent
tank,
one.
right?
You played it a little bit. It's in your.
Oh, Metagross. Okay, they're saving me right
yeah,
now.
there you go.
Is
I
there
think you
really
concede
obvious
this one, but let's
one-
let's see if we could do it as a team then.
Okay, fine. So, Lord.
Oh yeah, Aegis Slash for sure.
In
It's
this
got
one, you're
3.
banned from playing.
Banned from playing. I already said Metagross though. I'm banned from all of them.
The one that we accidentally picked when and got us disqualified.
Oh, Zacian, yes.
Duxa's favorite character.
So 4. I'm sure there's one more.
There's 2 more.
Oh wow.
Wait, really?
There's one more that you're banned from playing, but it's just by us. We banned it. From you
Wait,
playing.
did we? Wasn't
Kind of.
not Aegis Slash, right?
You just don't play it now.
Why is this so hard? I told you I'm the worst, right? Like you can see it.
You
I
said
couldn't even
numbers.
name
This
one.
is actual naming now.
wait, I forgot. Wait, I remember.
You forgot as well.
Oh, wait.
Pass it on if you want to.
I have no clue. I don't even remember if there's any other steel types. I'm thinking
There might
you
only
count
be
on
4
my
steel
head,
type
that's not even
Pokemon in the
described.
entire series. Who knows?
Have I played the most?
No, me.
From the
Why do you
earliest.
have to say
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so dumb. Lucario. How could I forget?
Yep.
And there's another one.
And the last one.
And then
Dragon.
yeah, that's a
Duraludon.
dragon.
Duraludon.
Duraludon, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean it's literally a fridge.
Yeah, I should have said fridge. You would have got it. All right, now the medium difficulty.
Oh, what?
Wait, those were all easy.
Those are the easy
no.
ones. Yeah.
This is
Guys, come on. Am I going to really prepare a quiz with pro gamers and give them easy questions?
Oh boy.
We're actually working for this. Oh my god. He's gonna
Oh,
ask
okay,
us
man.
cooldown or red buff. I'm gonna be screwed.
You guys can
That's
work as a
okay, I
team.
got
You
you
can
on
work
that.
as a team
Okay,
for these
okay.
for these
Team
5
exercise.
questions. Well, 2 of them are very, very simple. Who were the top 3 teams in the World Championships in London 2022?
Okay.
Oh,
2020.
okay.
Oh, wait, I know.
Now,
I already know.
Blackhand, Nouns Esports, and Renaissance.
Correct.
yeah.
Good
Yep.
job.
Oh, black. Yeah.
Yeah, Blackhand.
Yeah, I forgot they were called that.
Before playing for Team GT, Lutano played for which pro team?
TTV.
GTV. Yeah.
Okay,
We know our esports lore.
he says that. Swilly. Who was the Rookie of the Year in 2023?
That's a thing.
Someone else said that too. Rookie of the Year 2023.
Utah.
No, but they said Utah as well in the last one.
Oh.
Maggie?
No. This person plays so
what-
well that I was rooting for the team just because of this person. I was like, wow. And they didn't win.
Can you say what region?
I was about to say Mommy, but that's not.
I'm not going to give the region, no.
Oh,
This is
Oh, the
only
region's
this
too
one.
easy.
Let's see, wait. What were the EU teams that won last year? Nice.
You that won last year.
Wait.
There's no one from Tally.
Time to Shine, Tally, Nouns, and
Potato was in first.
Potato
uh,
was
Potatoes
what
first
was
year.
what was his what was that team name?
Time to Peps. But
Peps,
Peps
yeah.
didn't have like what Caligula.
I think we're
Can I give
getting
it to
it.
you?
Oh, is it Ton GG?
It is Tempest.
Tempest.
Oh,
Was he a rookie?
Right. Okay.
Was he a rookie?
Yeah, he
I didn't know
was.
he was a rookie.
I did not know either.
I thought.
I
Yeah.
can't believe we forgot this.
I
We
didn't
played
know he
against
did.
Tempest often in the ladder.
You're right. Okay, yeah. They.
All right, this next question is going to be a piece of cake for you guys, so I might just ask it to Liz. All right, Liz, name me 4 casters from the Unite Battle Hub.
4 casters?
Oh.
I didn't
He doesn't watch Battle of
I
Unlucky.
didn't watch Battle Hub.
We spoke about one of them helping me help you guys earlier
Two of
today.
them are very easy.
Kilo?
Yep, Kilosaurus.
Wait, this year's Battle Hub?
Yeah, this year's battle.
They'll be
They've
hosting
had a-
this.
they've had a
They'll be
lot of
hosting
different
the
casters
brackets
to
tomorrow.
Battle Hub.
Just anyone who casted on Unite Battle.
Fu was part of it.
Is that-
Mewtwo. Does
surely
that
that
count?
counts.
I don't know.
Oh.
No? Oh no.
Can I help her?
There's a UCS.
If she
castle.
asks for it.
There's another UCS.
There's a UCS person.
Yes, another UCS one. One that's here.
Zoinks? Doob Snacks.
Nope.
Wonder Chef?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I think.
He's not. He's
No,
not
he's
going to
the
be
main.
hosting the EU as he opened brackets, I believe. But he is part of Unite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the other ones are hard though.
I know one. I know both. I know both. Yeah, I got.
All right, go on. Pass it on and let's see if your team can help you out.
Yes. Emergency helpline.
There's Relic.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's Bacon.
Yep. One more.
There's also Stealth Chen, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
So,
That's it?
Yes.
Oh.
Well done. You got a good team here.
Mm.
But did you say 4?
That is 4.
That's
Bacon,
yes,
Kello,
Kello.
Relic, and Softjan.
Oh, we didn't count Wonder Chen. Okay.
I'll take Kello earlier as well. Challenged. Who do you think is the funniest Pokemon Unite commentator or caster?
Funniest.
Okay.
I think Spraggle's probably has to take
Yes.
it. He
Content
does well.
Cowboy.
I think Doob Snacks is underrated though.
Hey, I think I like.
They're also great
They're
as
all
well.
great.
That's the thing.
Yes.
I mean, we have a pretty high quality caster like pool for the game size. It's actually astonishing. Like, yeah,
A lot of
everyone.
great personalities.
Yeah.
But you could probably say Spraggles is the leader of that atmosphere. Yeah.
That's a very interesting way to put it. Spraggles is the leader of the atmosphere. And you can kind of see that when he's hosting in his... Because they all dress...
Yeah, they dress in suits, right? Yeah.
If
They're
you saw
going
them today,
crazy.
they were dressed very similar as well. Like you could spot them because it's such a long strip. You can spot them all the way down. And I did spot them. Who would you say, Sulu, is your favorite commentator then?
Oh, well, I have 2, of course.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not biased at all, but I actually used to play with Wonder Chef. Very back at the start of Unite, I actually used to play with Wonder Chef, and we played together in a tournament or 2, and we had a lot of fun together, and so he's been my friend forever. Lots of love to him. And, of course, other one has to be Kellosaurus. She is OC's, like, premier caster. She did an amazing job at Worlds last year, and she's put our whole scene into the limelight. Gets us Battle Hub, puts our games on television display, you know, like, I mean, you can't really, like, you know, dismiss that ability to actually, her presence gets that happening. And she's worked so hard at becoming good at casting.
And she's setting up, doing a lot to set up the off-season tournaments for us.
Everything, you know, she just
such
does.
a
Yeah, I mean, she's been working on the Unity Clash with some of us as well, where we're trying to put more and more of these kind of off-season tournaments out there. So that
was awesome.
There's shout out to Kalosaurus.
Yeah, Kalo's our true MVP.
Yeah.
Mini shout out to Fu.
Right, we're moving on to the difficult question. Yes, Fu as well. We're moving on to the difficult questions now. These ones are difficult, but if you guys are preparing for the tournaments well, you might know some of these things. They are really related to the patch notes. So
numbers.
Okay.
Very
Numbers.
specific.
First question, and help each other for these. Glaceon's Icy Shard. The attack speed was nerfed from 75% to what?
What?
Are we locking in?
What did you say?
60%.
Sounds right.
Sounds about.
Yeah, 60% is correct.
Let's go. I'm jumping on. Okay.
I've only played the character a little bit.
Challenge, you play Inteleon.
Yes.
I assume you're just loving the snipe shot over the liquidation.
Yes.
Why is that?
Slightly better, just marginally. Yeah, I mean, half healthing someone from off screen is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. It's a bit difficult to play that though, as well. You're trying to find them.
There's a high skill cap, I think, but also, I mean, even if you play it badly, it goes pretty well.
You'll hear him say randomly in the game, he's like, I'm gonna random snipe him, and then I just see someone die.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
Are you playing Pokemon Unite or Call of Duty here? All right, Inteleon's snipe shot was nerfed. Its up close damage ratio was decreased to 50% from which percentage?
Yeah, there's no hope.
I will say that snipe shot was only marginally
I'm
nerfed.
sure it was like 60 something. There's no way it was. It was bigger than that for sure.
It has to be 60.
I'll say from 67%.
67.
67.
No, I
No.
It's
they
too
do things-
awkward. Does it 65?
No.
The game would have broken if it's 67.
What's your final answer then?
60 sounds
I
right.
mean, I did say it was marginal.
Yeah.
Marginal.
If it's 55 challenge.
There's no way it's 55. It had to have been bigger. Unless it was the
65.
base damage that was.
it's a marginal.
We're talking about the up close damage ratio.
Yeah.
Or is this a
I
scaling
didn't
part
know
or
it
just a
was
total percentage?
I'll say
The percentage of the total
62%.
damage.
Yeah.
It was 53.5.
Wait, what? It's actually nothing.
Yes, it's very, very marginal.
percent is not a marginal challenge.
Well, yeah, but I just thought it was bigger. Like I don't. Marginal could be like.
Okay, I mean, we'll see how this one works out. Then Inteleon's base damage at mid-range decreased.
So scary.
It decreased from 255 to what did it decrease to?
Surely easy 240.
Mid-range?
Is it just like
No wonder it got nerfed.
Oh, this is probably marginal. as well.
250, 245?
This is definitely 230 or something, right?
No, not that much.
I have no clue.
At least 240.
225?
245? 245?
I mean, you used to just one-tap everyone at all ranges. So, like, now I guess, like, when he hits him in mid-range, he's hitting about 3k at level 14. Yeah, it's very balanced. Mid-range.
I will say that one of you guys did say the number.
Oh,
It might be me because I said like 8 different numbers. I don't know.
Me too. Oh,
okay.
no.
What if you pick one of your numbers?
Go. 245?
The answer was 225.
Oh, I knew it was nerfed.
I got it. I'm lucky.
How unique of a Pokemon is Inteleon? What does it bring to the table?
Well, so I guess all the other sniper characters have had slightly less damage, but have been able to hit multiple targets, and also they haven't had the ability to store up shots like Inteleon, which is really useful because a lot of time because you can do 3 like once the fight actually starts. It's much easier to actually hit snipes because people aren't just focusing on dodging snipes; they're focusing on what everyone else is doing. So being able to just 3 quick fire snipes just off into the enemy team for it does 1.5 health bars of damage essentially. It's crazy compared to some of the other snipers that we've had in the past. It's a lot more impressive, and also it's not weak early like Deki and Vinu. Its early game secure is one of the best, if not the best. And
It's
Yeah.
only the Mew doing the Mew combo properly.
Yeah,
is
boost
comparable.
Electro Ball if it's not boost. Yeah, blocked.
Mm.
And then at level 5, it's also like one of the strongest level 5s. It gets so much mobility and can with Felstinger.
I was going to say the mobility is
Yeah.
amazing.
It's just, and again, all the other snipers used to just have no mobility. Like you have Shadow Sneak on Decky for a bit of movement speed, but it's nowhere near the same.
The Unite move is also probably the most impactful one at Raid.
Yeah, its Unite move is broken as well.
Yeah,
It's
but if
just-
you use the funny skin and break everyone's frames.
It might just have the highest DPS for an ADC character in when you press Unite move.
It's very high.
It's very high. Maybe a level 15 Cinderace could beat it, but
Dragapult's higher DPS.
Dragapult, okay.
But the thing, yeah, it's some of the auto attackers are higher, but it's so much.
It's burst
For
as
something that has the
It's not
snipes.
like over time, it's just like 1 or 2 hits is enough to put you down.
On that note, a little bonus question then. What does Dragapult and Inteleon both have in common in the gameplay?
Oh, okay. I was asking
Oh, they both can go invisible.
Yeah.
Ah,
I was going to say,
but it's
that's
different.
just on top of all of that, you're telling me you can go invisible as well? Wow.
Yeah.
What a bro-
my
Well,
bad, my bad. I
maybe
forgot.
invisible to him. I don't know.
No, so you can see it.
but
see the outline.
Camouflage.
Fair enough. Liz, you're obviously playing tanky support. With one of the kind of staple Pokemon that we see on almost all teams competitively is Clefable.
Ah,
Do you play a Clefable?
yes. A
You
little
do?
bit.
All right. What's your preferred support pick?
So I used to duo with Anon a lot, so I only played Blissey really. But now that I'm playing support, I have to learn most support, healing support.
Yeah.
So I play all of them. But I think my current favorite right now is Eldegoss for our team.
I love an Eldegoss.
Yes.
Yeah. I just love when you 1v1 Mewtwo with an Eldegoss.
Yes, you can do that too.
I've been
Attack with
1v1 by an LD Compe.
These two killed Overlord solo.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was Big Uzi, right?
Yeah.
Did we kill Overlord
No,
as
it's
No,
well?
I killed
Okay, well, it
Overlord
wasn't
as
solo.
Hooper. As Hooper, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One, just a
A solo
1v1.
2v1.
It's a bit of a stretch to say it was a solo kill. He wasn't 1 HP, but
Okay.
Yes.
We'll take the wins. We'll take him.
She's hunted him down.
So, question for you then, Liz. Gravity was nerfed, increasing the cooldown to 9 seconds. What was the cooldown previously?
Wait, now it's 9 seconds?
Yeah.
Before, I think it was. 6 seconds?
no, it was not. It was not.
8?
If it was 6 seconds, ooh, I think 8's the right number.
Yes, 8 is the correct
I was
number.
gonna say, I thought it was.
6 to 9 is crazy.
Because
No,
it
I
goes
thought it
down for
was
4
8.
seconds, and then you're good to go. And you
Why
have
is
4
it 6?
seconds to just make sure that guy is erased.
Yeah.
If Gyarados has 6-second cooldown.
Oh dear.
No.
Guys,
Quit the game.
I mean,
I had,
I play Umbreon, so.
you play Umbreon as well?
Yeah. Because Umbreon's my favorite evolution, and I was transitioning from like tank to support. So before that, I was still playing tank. So Umbreon was newly like released, so I picked it up, and I had a lot of fun playing foul play. But then
Yeah.
it got nerfed, so then I had to play Mean Look, and Mean Look is just as bad as Gravity, or maybe worse actually. And the cooldown is
Love a
much
good
shorter.
mean look.
Yeah.
Love it.
Especially with the right teammates, it's a really strategic. Can you imagine like a Boswell, Umbreon, mean look, grappling, everything? You know,
You can't
there's a
move.
lot. You just cannot. You can't play the game. Exactly. Look, guys, I had a lot of fun on this podcast with you guys. I think you guys are some very amazing personalities. Do you guys have a message to your fans back home that you want to just speak into the camera, whichever cameras that you can see, and to all the people that are going to be supporting you in this tournament tomorrow?
To our professional yapper.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who's been supporting our journey, whether you've been watching, because you like someone on the team or because you want to see OC win this year or do anything. Honestly, we really appreciate it. Anything you say in the Twitch chat, everything we read online, we take it in our stride to do our best and do as best as possible on the tournament day. We've been really preparing really hard for this tournament, and we take the extra step as well to go into these events and make sure that we can go and present what are we thinking and get OC out on the map. We thank you once again to you and Engage for actually giving us the opportunity. Thanks to our sponsors at Antic and all the friends and family of whom who are supporting us in their own different ways. I know they're all watching and, you know, praying that we do something because they want to see us do well in our lives. And yeah, it's just so sweet. Like we really appreciate the support, guys.
Well, good luck, and I hope you guys do really, really well. And it was a pleasure having you guys as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice speaking with you.